I think it's important to note that there are no wrong bikes. There are wrong decisions.
Oh, no.
I'll give you an example. You're into more mellow, flowy trails and you decide to get a downhill bike. Yeah, it's just not gonna work, right? It's a wrong decision. And obviously that's an exaggeration, but it tends to happen. Now, why do I say that? I'm not making this video to speak negative on the Santa Cruz Bronson. That bike was awesome. The suspension, oh my gosh, that VPP suspension. It is like getting in a pillow fight with rock gardens. That's how smooth that VPP suspension is. So why did I decide to sell it? Let me just give you a little bit of backstory and then we'll dive into, you know, the answers to that question. It's been a year since I took a spill up in a mountain, and it wasn't my worst crash in terms of, you know, the outcome. I didn't break anything. I actually walked away just, you know, banged up and bruised. Nothing broken. But more than anything, I guess more than the physical injuries, it messed me up mentally. It could have been so much worse. It could have meant a helicopter ride. It could have meant a ton of time off of work, and it could have meant a lot of money in medical bills, and all of that just made me reconsider. And so I decided to get rid of my enduro bike at that time, and then I landed on the Bronson, which I thought the Bronson was gonna be it. Initially, like, it felt like it was, and then it wasn't. And here's why I decided to sell it. That seat tube angle claims to be, I think, 77 or very close to a 77-degree seat tube angle. I don't think that it is. I think that is incorrect. The one that I'm on now has a 77 or about the same, like 76.9 or something seat tube angle. And I can feel the difference. On the Bronson, every time that I was climbing, it felt like I was overly stretched. And I had my saddle or my seat all the way forward, but I was still kind of like just hunched over way too much to where it actually started to hurt my back on the longer climbs. And so I was gonna shorten the stem. I was at a 40 and I was gonna go with a 35, and I thought that's gonna do it. Well, no. The bike that I'm on now shares almost the identical geometry, and that's what someone noticed and left a comment on one of my videos asking which was better, the Bronson or my Norco, being that they are so nearly identical in geometry and even travel. And that's what prompted this video. So I sold the Bronson because it just was not comfortable for climbing. Now let me share with you why I bought a bike that is what, more than half the cost of a Bronson. I think there is a misconception. I know I had this misconception. The more expensive the bike's gotta be better, right?
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Nah, not quite. First off, I'm not against high-end bikes. I'm not against the latest and the greatest. I'm not against that. I just think that we get wrapped up, or at least I used to get wrapped up in wanting the most expensive bike. If I had the money, I'd buy it simply because I think it's cool. But I think that's the difference, though. I think I've matured a little bit over the years in that, yeah, it's cool. But is it gonna make me a better rider? Maybe if I'm racing and I'm looking to just gain that advantage over the competition, I don't know. But just for the type of riding that I do, it's not gonna make me a better rider. With all of that, I think subconsciously I wanted to prove that.
People learn in lots of different ways, but experience is the best teacher.
I don't know. I don't even know how to word it right. But I kind of do want to show that you don't need a $7,000 bike. to have fun. You don't need a $7,000 bike to take on, you know, most of the trails that most of us are gonna ride. You don't need that expensive of a bike to have fun. I think the opposite is actually true, or at least I'm finding, in that I have more fun on this bike, just like I had a whole lot of fun on my Commensal Metas. And the reason why, it's because I knew that they didn't cost me an arm and a leg. I knew that I wasn't in debt because of those bikes, and I wasn't thinking about resale value. They were affordable, great builds, and they delivered. And so when I was riding, I could push those bikes just like I'm pushing this one. I can push it and not be overly concerned about, did I scratch it? Did the frame crack? I'm having more fun having my mind free and clear of those worries versus the opposite, which is where I was with the Bronson and some of the other bikes that I've had that just cost me a little bit more money. And because they cost you money, you obviously want to take care of them. Not that I'm neglecting this bike, I'm just riding it, you know, I'm riding it. There's a sense of freedom in that. I guess that's why I kind of wanted to make this video. I don't know that it's gonna help anyone. If anything, it might just upset someone. We'll see in the comments how this goes, but I wanted to get that off my chest. I hope that it makes sense. Again, I hope that you enjoy this video. Any feedback, go ahead and leave it in the comments if you want. If you feel so compelled to do so, hit the like button. It does help the channel. And if you're still watching and you found it useful or of value and you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Until next time, thanks so much for watching. God bless, and go ride your own ride. Oh man, I gotta get it on video, so there it is. Yeah, there we go.